Certainly my first experience in evolution would be in Form 4 secondary school life in biology lessons, but the exact timetable, I'm not sure. Throughout several years of biological sciences knowledge infused by my lecturers and teachers, and I think I've now come up with some knowledge about evolution. What immediately flows through my mind is towards evolution is the wordings proclaimed by Charles Darwin, is the survival of the fittest and the natural selection, which shows is that the changes across successive generations of the inheritable characteristics among populations. I think it also covers with some mutations, variations, and choosing the best guy to survive and continue. Yeah. I cannot say that I have taught in my school life, but I can say I've experienced and glancing through some ideas about it. As my secondary school is a Catholic school, I ought to attend biblical lessons in my junior lives. My school church brother always mentioned about God is well-rounded and He creates every life in 7 consecutive days. I think this may be what you mean by creationism. Uh, in view of creationism, I think it doesn't fit my perspectives at all, and instead, I believe evolution would be a more appropriate one. Firstly, I would like to raise is the landmark experience of experiments about the giraffes experiment, which giraffes is originated from a small and short deer to become a long giraffe nowadays, which shows its evolutions. And more researchers have already shown that giraffes undergo physiological modifications to become more having muscular and strong shoulders and effective cardiovascular systems to prevent the counterflow of blood to brain when they bend their long necks to drink. I think this shows the evolutions to adapt to the changing environment, and also this can also be reflected from human beings as well. For example, Africans and Asians, they have Africans usually have flat and short and curly hairs and even the absence, but Asian and Europeans does not, because in African countries they usually have extremely hot weather and they need to maximize their heat loss, and therefore this hair structure allows them to do so. Additionally, I think the psychological change is also a evolutions in human beings as well. As mentioned by psychologist Maslow, humans now have a hierarchy of needs. Instead of in millions years ago, they are just a savanna hunting and fit for survive. And humans now are having more understanding about themselves, and they know what they need and will find a way to satisfy their needs. And up to this moment, I can say evolution is more appropriate to explain or to elucidate the origin of life, as these changes have already shown apparently. I think school is a platform for students to learn about various of things and all walks of lives, and therefore I think creationism and evolution is also can be coexist, as they we are just initiating students to think more, and they will find a way to sit for any answers they want. Therefore, I think they can be coexist.